It was a robot-producing exploration planet like any other. Large cities, beautiful sunsets. But then they came. We'll send in low G-Man. Okay, well I hope you got all that plot, because that's all the plot you get. This is a game you've probably never ever heard of. It's called Low G-Man. It's made by a company called Taxan, which you've probably also never ever heard of. We're gonna, just at the start here, pause so that we can explain a little bit of what's going on, because this game is really, really fast, and you're going to have to kind of keep up here. Low G-Man is about this fellow right here. The Low G-Man. He jumps really high. That's kind of his gimmick. He also is armed with a blaster. It's not really a laser gun. It just fires an EMP that stuns enemies. It doesn't kill anything. His only method to kill, normally, is this. A spear, which he can use only up and down. You've got to generally freeze enemies with that, then jump on them and stab them. Or get under them and stab up. But there's a little trick to that. You're actually making the game harder by doing that, because if you kill an enemy while he's frozen, you only get a power-up 10% of the time. If you kill an enemy who's not frozen, you get a power-up every time. So it pays to be really skilled. Because that way, you can get more power-ups and get quicker, and just generally better. The exception is that guy I just killed. Weapon-carrying enemies always drop their weapon, and you'll know they're a weapon-carrying enemy because they're using a special weapon against you. That right there is low-gravity material. Lets me jump even higher. And now I'm maxed out on it, I believe. I now jump like 2 screens tall if I could get there. It's a very vertical game in many places, so you'll be able to see that pretty soon. I want those power-ups. Okay, so we've got our first boss fight here. And yeah, I totally stole this mech from that guy. If you stab the mech, you don't get it. If you stab the guy piloting it, you get the mech. Alright. So this fellow is the Robo Crane. He's not too hard. You just trash his little crane operator thing, and then you go stab the crap out of the guy inside. And it has a seizure and dies. And so do you if you're photosensitive. And that was the whole scene. So now we're on Chapter 1, Scene 2. There's 3 scenes to every chapter. This is the manufacturing zone. And we got a new enemy already. We got hippity-hoppities here. I'll try and explain what some of these power-ups do. I've gone over a few of them already. That is a power-up for my EMP gun. It makes it fire more shots. I think it goes up to 3. In a spread pattern. It can be very, very helpful. That red one is a power-up for my spear. It makes it longer and makes it deal more damage because it hits more times. That's poison. I've touched poison. It hurts you, of course. The blue vials of liquid heal you. They're healing potions. Take this with me. You can't be killed inside these things. That VEF near the bottom of the screen is actually my vehicle fuel. I lose fuel when I'm hit. I hate these guys with the boomerangs. Just jump out here. This is a captive human. If you're wondering what the hell's even going on with this game, basically this planet manufactures robots and aliens suddenly invaded it. It's humanity's first contact with an alien race. And they've reprogrammed the place to make war machines to try and drive out humanity. I'll take this. This is a cool one because it just drops bombs. But I don't need it because I need to save these people. Because these people drop you good stuff. They're usually your best source of power-ups. I already had that, but that's okay. Take that. See how I got him with one hit of that super powered up spear. It's very beneficial to get your spear powered up as much as you can. Ah! I didn't want that. That's a 1-up. And bells are just worthless score. I hate bells. Ah! take those fireballs, though. You can go to your pause menu here and choose what sub-weapon you want. You can switch between it and your gun with select. But here's the second stage boss, Lumpy. This is his actual name. His name is Lumpy. That's what it says in the manual. Ow. Oh, God, I got shot and killed. Now, here's where the game becomes a pain in the ass. You start with nothing. You keep your sub-weapons, certainly, but, and I just used one there to show you. There you go. Every 3 of those you pick up, you level up your sub-weapon, and it becomes more of a multi-shot kind of deal. But yeah, you lose all your spear upgrades, and all your gun upgrades, everything. You lose your jump. You just lose it all. And so it's like, hey, this is hard, so you lost, so here's a penalty to make it even harder. This is a classic example of a game that's just Nintendo hard. Low G-Man is a difficult game. Not the least reason of being the janky-ass controls. This game has incredibly wonky controls. You stop whenever you land. It's just, oh, God, everything about it is just weird. It's kind of stuttery, jittery frame rate. If you're seeing any weirdness going on with the frame rate or it, like stuttering and jittering, that's not the emulator and that's not the recording software. That's the game. I can tell you this because I played it on the NES many a time, and it's the same way. I do like the boomerang power-ups. I'm going to try to get a lot of those. Oh, good. This is the hover scooter. I believe I showed it briefly. It fires bombs, and it's quite good. You notice, you can't blow these containers, the little shipping containers for the humans up. You just have to shoot it with your EMP to let them out. There's nothing else that will let them out. At least I got some of my jump power back. Actually, in fact, you need to have maxed out jump in some places in the game. If you don't have it, you're just screwed. You can't progress. And enemies never respawn until you die, so... There we go. The game is basically just a dragoon training simulator. You jump really high and you land on people with your spear. There we go. I can always use more fireballs. Okay, back to fighting Lumpy. Now notice he froze much quicker this time because I've wounded him. The lower their health is, the quicker they freeze. There we go. Finally you can freeze and get on top of him and stab the crap out of him. Now it's time for the boss of Chapter 1. This guy's name is Metalhead, as you can see. He's really big, really dumb, and a really lame boss battle. Shoot his turrets that he stupidly has pointed at his metal head, and then just climb on top of him and stab the hell out of him. Don't worry about the little balls he shoots. Just keep stabbing and you'll beat him. There you go. Stab him right in his metal head. Okay, so that takes care of the first chapter of the game. We'll see you next time when we explore the Frozen Waste in Chapter 2. Bye, everybody.